Welcome. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome everybody to episode 22 of Biznct TV. Woodley Rallis again. I have Susan Keeran with Just Ship.
Hi everybody, and you will hear Milo in the background. Should be no surprise.
I'm glad I was able to get you on the episode today. Tell the people at home a little bit about yourself and what you got going on with Just Ship.
Sure. So a little bit about me. I'm new to Ocala. I've only lived here for about a year. I've traveled the United States, roughly moving every 18 months in the past 10 years. Okay. I did this primarily for my work. My background is in logistics. I've worked from companies such as Amazon.com, Cardinal Health, and Chewy. I also worked for various food manufacturing facilities in the past as well. What I have going on here, Just Shipped is a subscription-based online shipping, retail shipping, to help either small businesses that want to start up in the online world, or consumer-based business, or a consumer that perhaps does a lot of Amazon shopping, but they don't have time to do the Amazon returns. You know who you are.
I think that's very revolutionary, definitely in this market. A lot of people have to start making that shift to online. Mm-hmm. So you help somebody of a smaller range basically become a small Amazon in a sense.
Yes.
Where they're able to utilize your service and logistically ship out all their products.
Correct. And that really just teaches them what they need to know about shipping out safely. For example, if you're shipping out a cheesecake or soup or something else like that, you need to have certain packaging for that. You don't want to necessarily use dry ice, because dry ice omits CO2. Enough dry ice in the atmosphere or in a car, for example, with the windows up, you can emit enough CO2 that the driver would actually pass out.
Wow.
No bueno. So what we use here is specialized packaging. I'll grab one. This is called Cold Keepers, and what it does is it's flexible packaging, and it is also recyclable on the other end. Flexible meaning it's squishy.
Yeah, it is squishy.
So it's not as rigid or heavy as
different.
Like an igloo. Mm-hmm. All you do is put some cold ice packs in here. You put whatever the food source is. This is good for 36 hours, guaranteed. So you do 2-day shipping, and it's going to get to your customer as beautifully as the day you made it. So this is the kind of information that I can pass on, or I can actually do for my customers that want to utilize my services. One thing I didn't note before was that what makes me different than any other packing or shipping store is that we come to you. You don't come to me to bring me your items. You call me up and says, Suze, I got an Amazon return, and right now I'm in Salulitas in downtown Ocala, and I'm going to come to Salulitas and I'm going to get your return.
Wow.
And I'm going to take care of it for you.
Wow. So customer service number one, absolutely.
It's really, being a service to people and having them save time. We live in a very task-saturated society. If you have kids, you have baseball, you have swim, you have whatever school plays that there are. You got to remember to bring the snacks.
Right. You definitely have to have the snacks.
You don't work 8 hours anymore. You work 10, 12, 14 hours a day.
Right.
And all of that combined, you have no time. This is why online shopping is so
it's needed.
It's needed.
And it's crazy that you say a lot of people had that mindset that people work the 9 to 5. You hear people say, "Oh, you're working a 9 to 5." It's no longer a 9 to 5.
It's not a 9 to 5. The first thing that you do, everyone has a cell phone next to their bed, right? What do? You check your messages, you check your email. Right when you get up in the morning, you don't even have your first cup of coffee, and it's right there, and you're looking. That's when your workday really starts, truly starts. Everybody has a laptop or some sort of tablet.
Mm-hmm.
They're at home, maybe sitting in front of the TV watching, I don't know, I watch Bull on Monday nights. Maybe you're watching Bull.
Monday Night Football.
Monday Night Football, thank you. Hey, we're missing that right now. Anyway. Anyway, and you have your laptop open, and what are you doing? You're working. You're looking at your emails. You're answering emails. You're setting up your next day. That is still work. That's why we're so task saturated, and we have to get any little bit of time that I can give back to you so you can enjoy your family. I want to do that.
So you basically take the headache of all the logistics behind shipping products, managing that product, making sure that it gets to them. Do you have any tracking? Is there any other analytical information you provide them in terms of them knowing when that package arrives, or is it directly from the mail office? They get that tracking number?
Yeah, so currently it's not up and running.
Okay.
But we're in the process of building an app. So as long as you download the app and you are a subscriber to Just Shipped, if something went out via, whether it was UPS, USPS, FedEx, DHL, whatever carrier there was, and you have your notifications set on your Just Shipped app, you're going to have notifications coming up from you where the process is. If you're shipping something from Ocala, Florida to, say, Seattle, Washington, it's going to stop in Chicago. It's going to stop in Denver, and then it's going to go on to Seattle. So you'll get notifications at every stop of the way, and then when it's actually delivered.
Nice.
And that's coming. It's not here yet.
When are you projecting that would be provided to your subscribers?
I'm hoping March next year.
March. That would basically take out the whole them having to go through the post office's tracking system, and you can actually provide them with that service yourself.
Yes. So you'd be familiar with this, being an IT person. The different. So FedEx, USPS, UPS has APIs, and you can actually use their API codes into your own website or apps, and that will pull that information forward, which means I can get the notifications to you if you have your notifications set on your phone.
And it's kind of cool about that. Google has the codes where you could put in the back end of your website in order to get the analytics out of, manage the data and really see what type of traffic you're getting to your website. So that is very interesting. What is a cool fact about your business that many people may not know?
Cool fact about my business is I always knew I'd work on for myself one day. I didn't necessarily know when that one day was going to be. It happened to be when my dog, Milo, who you heard a little bit in the background, and some of you know, he started digging holes in the walls of my home.
What?
Yes, I have 13
Milo,
of
you
them.
need to go to timeout.
He was having separation anxiety. I was no different. I was working 14, 16 hours a day. I would come home. I would work another maybe 2 to 3 hours on my laptop because you didn't have time to sit down at work and do laptop work at work. You did that at home, and he was being neglected. And that was his way of showing me that he was neglected.
Right.
So that was kind of how the ball got rolling. How the business actually started, or the business idea, if I can go into that a little bit. So I'm a Christian. I go to Meadowbrook Church.
Amen.
Pastor Tim, this was before Father's Day. I believe it was at the end of May, but it was definitely before Father's Day. I remember that. This was this year, 2019. He was talking about if you have a question in your life, to ask the Holy Ghost, because they're with you
always.
So I'm in my bedroom on a random, it was a Wednesday. It was the Wednesday after that sermon. And I have the TV going, it's on mute. I'm texting somebody on my phone, and I have my laptop on my bed. And so I asked the Holy Ghost, I go, I know I'm doing something in logistics, but I need something to differentiate me from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And the minute I asked that question, my laptop made a sound, so I would look up from my phone to look at the TV, and there was a big word right across that TV that said subscription. And I journal as a daily practice.
Mm-hmm.
Right after seeing that word, I sat down and journaled out the next 15 years of this business.
Wow. Visionary.
Well, it's his vision. I'm just doing it.
Amen. Amen.
Anyways, that was kind of my uniqueness, is that when God gives you a plan or a calling, don't question it, follow it. Or whoever you believe in. It's irrelevant what you call him to me. I think it's more relevant that you believe and follow the structure that you're given.
Right. And, it's very interesting that I have Biznct TV called the Fresh Vision series.
Do you?
Yes. So a little bit about that is, when I was in college, I had a little trying time, and I didn't see how I was going to make it out. So what I used to do was pray for fresh vision. Over time, I would see the next steps on how to execute the next steps of my journey. So I think it's very, cool that you took that step, and after, getting the instructions, going to church and figuring out which route you should go.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, and ironically, I feel a lot of peace. I mean, I left a $100,000 a year job, plus bonus, plus potential stock options, and I make no money now, so far, and it's okay. Like I am happier than I've ever been. I feel at peace, and I feel like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing for the first time in my life.
And me too. I feel a lot of peace too, taking a step as well. And I think it's so cool. And I see you at Business After Hours.
Mm-hmm.
I see you at 1 Million Cups, and you always have a smile, and you're passionate about what you do, and that's going to take you a very long and far way.
Thank you.
I would say that's about all the time we have on episode 22 of Biznct TV. Thank you for watching. Till next time, we'll see you later.
See you later.